Sorry that I can't keep it together. Maybe it's the trauma, or maybe it's the drugs. I can't seem to control my fucking temper. But the problem lies in not being enough. I lost my sense of humor in the battle for my mind. Now I'll slip away with one last puff this time. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Forgive me for the outburst with your neighbors. My actions don't reflect what's in my soul. I never found the right way to relate or take in and display a better role. The chemicals that shape me are buried deep this time. My family's already given up, it's fine. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, the only time with no regrets, letting myself die. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my life. The substance suicide, the only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Is letting myself die.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Oh man, what the hell's going on? Holy crap! My apologies for the delay. I had some tech issues I was going through. I just decided to reboot and redo a bunch of tech stuff. You know, it's kind of funny. I think it might have been some issues that Trunk Tales. I don't know. Maybe they try to sprinkle some of that OBS dust. What's up, guys? How you doing? Yeah, welcome to Sergeant's Time. This is gonna be a real quick rapid fire show. I don't know if you guys realize we're not broadcasting on WTF Moments main page, but we are broadcasting on WTF Nation Radio's X and the YouTube. But we are broadcasting on WTF Moments' YouTube, if that makes any sense. We're not on Facebook right now because I wanted to delay. Yeah, sorry for the delay. It was more like 80 minutes. Sorry. I would rather get this pumped out shit talking because I've been dying to shit talk tonight about some things, and I got to get it out. I got to get it in my system. So Spanky, she's got a schedule, so she's not in the gunner seat tonight. However, she is manning the keyboards against all the keyboard rangers and stuff like that on the specific platforms at YouTube and X. So she's not in the gunner seat right now, so I'm kind of riding around. I'm riding around like a kid being slung low in the Chinook at Hohenfels. Did you guys hear about that? Did you guys see the main page? Apparently today at Hohenfels, at the JMRC, the Joint Maneuver Readiness Center over in Hohenfels, Germany. This is big baller moves right here. These kids are, I'm about to say, man, I think I've been kind of like, I've never personally surfed a sling load myself. Spanky's in the trunk. This is what I get for applying for an approved Pentagon press pass. I'm glad you brought that up. K-Mill Media. You notice that? From the first Trump 1.0 administration, we submitted some, actually further back too, during Obama. We submitted for press passes at the Department of War at the time, Department of Defense, and we got nothing back. So I don't know, maybe hopefully I'll get some creds so we can walk around and shoot the shit. Anyways, so if you guys not seen the main page, everyone has verified. This is 3 levels of verification through the OCs. I'm not going to say who, but I will say that Building 100, that's the nexus, the center of excellence for all training at Hohenfels. It was basically a kid was doing up a sling, hooked up team were hooking up the shotgun ISV. And the team finished securing the load and gave a thumbs up to the flight crew. As the aircraft was picking up, the service member believed he saw a deficiency with the sling lead and got back onto the load and fix it. He said he got stuck and couldn't jump out in time, so he secured himself in the ISV while in flight. Could you imagine riding around that thing? Just cruising along, surfing the load? En route to the LZ, the flight crew said they saw the service member in the ISV and maneuvered the load to the ground and put the service member inside the aircraft. The air crew continued on to the LZ, dropped off the load, and brought the SM back to the service member back to the PZ. Service member received medical attention and no injuries were found. So please, right now at U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments, if you have video of this event, if you are part of the crew that has video of this event, if you are somebody on the ground that has a video of this event, please send it to us. We'd be more than happy to post it for you. And you know meme lord rules. If you send it to somebody else, we ain't gonna share your shit. Yeah, exactly that. Where the fuck did Johnson go? Hey, we did get some right before we went on air, or right before our attempts to go on air. We did receive some artist renderings of what it would look like to have the said incident happen. I'll be honest with you. Hey, look, this is some funny shit. I mean, this is level of fuckery that we've not seen in a minute. Seriously though, I'm glad that you know, freaking. Yeah, you gonna show the AI pic? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll show the AI pic. Hang on, let me let me show the AI pic, and then that way I can let me remove it from the inbox. It is in the inbox right now, so hang on. Let me get it out of the inbox. That way I can. Okay, good. There we go. All right. There we go for reference. Let me screen cap this for reference, and you guys will see what I'm talking about, and you guys will laugh. So this is you know, we hate AI. I hate AI, and I know we have some of the children's inside the WTF Nation staff that want to push the AI stuff and all that, but or are advocates of AI, just like a general said that he uses frequently from time to time. Chat GPT. So this is what it would probably look like. This is a good. Okay, look, I hate AI. It looks like Mad Magazine art, but I guarantee it. That probably would have been a funny fucking sight right there to see. It's fucking hilarious. So, I mean, like I said, that's a story. That's core memory shit that you'll never. There I was in Hohenfels, Germany. See, this is exclusive stuff you're getting on. You're getting on only on YouTube and X. This is not being shown on Facebook right now. This is only X and YouTube, only because those are the two spots where we do a lot of our testing for our stuff. So if you see like weird stuff, you know, if you see like YouTube going down or something like that, don't look at us. But anyways, that's what we use it for. But this is exclusive streaming on X and YouTube, which is also testing for what we are going to do in the future with a lot of our exclusive content. CQ, when he gets back from his business stuff, he will enlighten everybody on the new show formats and new shows that are going to come out on YouTube that are going to be only exclusive on YouTube and X, and I'm excited. So because Facebook, Facebook is just, you can't say a bunch of shit on Facebook like you used to anymore, or you can't post stuff or stream stuff. So I could just imagine. Could you imagine seeing this side? AI Caroline is wild. Yeah, exactly. No AI slot, please. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is funny though, K-Mail. This is funny. Artist rendering. How about that? So that would be CQ is out searching for a new snack supplier. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, AI Caroline. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, Holly. You're not the only one that sends me AI stuff every time. You guys know that I break balls on people who use AI. All right, anyways, so real quick, this could be a rapid fire shit talking session. If you guys know what's going on with AUSA or seeing what's happening with AUSA, there was a story where we have had we're going to a new DFAC type of style of Chow again. again. And there were some interesting questions that came out of the Q&A, which led very, I was just to say there's some poopy face looking people answering questions, or not very happy people. People just weren't happy when our friend Rob Evans over at Hots and Cots, and I'll cover that in a minute, because I'm like, damn, it's now become meme material, golden meme stuff. So yeah. So the Army now is planning campus-style dining at up to 10 large bases. What's up, PIQ? Yeah, exactly that. We have to be real careful with Facebook now. I mean, with a host named Ice. Thank you so much for bringing that up, Spanky. I know dealing with the Latino community, they do get upset when I say, yeah, hey, thanks a lot, and then I put Ice at the end of it. And then those with Latino surnames will go, what is that fucking supposed to mean? Like, just stop. Those are call signs that the kids gave me back in the day. I can't stop that. So there it is. So the campus-style dining venues would offer different options and action stations, and the Army's term is, what about the mold in the barracks? The Army's term for a quote-unquote Chipotle-style service cooks. This article that I'm breezing the notes over is from Task and Purpose, and it is from Patty Nyberg. It's already posted on the timeline at U.S. Army WTF Moments Facebook, so you can check it out. And it's also out on Task and Purposes socials as well. According to a request for proposal issued in January, on Monday, the officials gave at the AUSA. What do y'all think about the AUSA shit? Somebody's saying it was, the ICE comment system. That's, man, Rob's in the chats. Again, we're only broadcasting on YouTube and X today. We're not on Facebook. So we did post links on the notification on US Army WTF Moments' Facebook page. So you can just go to the links right there. And sorry, this is a new format testing that we're doing for a lot more YouTube exclusive stuff. So when the new defects are in line, the service will remain will make an assessment after the first 90 days, just like we would in a restaurant. Okay, you guys, you're about ready to follow me over here, right? Colonel Craig Thompson, acting Deputy Chief of Staff for Logistics and Facilities and Environment. We're doing an analysis right now, and we're looking at between 8 and 10. Thompson told Task and Purpose with overseas locations. Somebody brought this up to my attention as well, is that you rarely hear about shit defects overseas. And in my time, back in WW, Operation Desert Nom, in my experience being stationed overseas in Germany, I really don't recall a crappy defect. Come to think of it. Wiesbaden, Bad Kreuznach, Hohenfels, as a matter of fact, since we're talking about Hohenfels. And I'm just like, I'm just kind of like, that makes sense. That's so true. You only hear about stateside defects, and how is it that stateside defects are always fucked up? So the Chow will give live feedback according to the to what they're to the one of the spokespersons, one of the speakers about it, SMA, Mike Weimer. Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Kuwait. Come on, Camp Arif John, bro, the best of the best. The best Chow I've ever had are in 2 spots deployed overseas, and that was in Arif John, and then it was the galley at Camp Lemonnier in Djibouti. I will swear to God, I will judge any Philly cheesesteak sandwich against the galley. I will. A matter of fact, I will be like a Philly cheesesteak snob compared to the Philly cheesesteaks that I had at the galley at Camp Lemonnier in Djibouti. Yeah. Fuck your steak, your strip. Give me a good taco. Yeah. Oh yeah, the taco bar. Yeah. When that one time they had street tacos on it. Man, this is like back in the day during the GWAT, Global War and Terror. For those of you that don't like us to say GWAT. So as the Army implements its campus-style dining design, the service plans to gather data from soldiers by having them scan a QR code at defects or linking to feedback to the Army, to my Army Post application. Now, SMA said, quote, "We're not looking for anonymous feedback. We're looking for honest feedback from the soldiers at those 5 locations and then contract oversight." We're going to be responsible for holding them accountable. Now, in our line of anonymous feedback work, as well as Army Reddit, as well as Hots and Cots, we raise an eyebrow about that because at any time that we post something, now I'll be honest with you, and I'm just going to say this right now, Army Reddit and U.S. Army WTF moments, we share a lot of content, or we go and we do a lot of crosstalk. And I would say, and you know, and to bring it up, Army Reddit did bring up this good point. We're like the assholes of of anonymous feedback. We're like, hey, how come this? And this is bullshit. This is fucked up. We need to fix this. This needs to get fixed. How come this, you know, this needs to get knocked out? Well, who's in charge? Blah, 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 right? Hots and Cots provides sterile, analytical, clinical stats with ratings that have been catered to the client, the soldiers, and the company commanders, or the organization commanders, or the installation commanders. And Hots and Cots has been able to do that with zero drama. I mean, Army Reddit and WTF moments, we both go, we're like, hey, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But there is a sterile, clinical, and I'll be honest with you, has relieved the load off of our caseload, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for Army Reddit in the same way, that it's just been lifted because Hots and Cots was able to get some of our data when we started recording it from 2013, and Army Reddit as well once that platform, or when that platform started recording it. So from 2013, I mean, like I was telling you before, when Hots and Cots was first starting, and Rob asked for, hey man, I need to get this data together. I need to get this, and I like for the first time in like a while, I did a fucking paper, you know, shut up some documents, sent that to him. And then he was able to use that to establish a baseline on some of the stuff, and also continuous reporting. Now, in addition to DFAC changes in the last years, the Army has added grab-and-go kiosks and more food trucks. So it's almost like look, I'm willing to give any process a chance, but as soon as a soldier, I feel, and this is from experience, and I think I could speak on behalf of Army Reddit as well, or for other leaders that have complained or have said something, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. The one time a PFC says this food is trash, here's what we got to face, blah, 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 and then everyone's going to hammer that PFC. Quote, all the services are trying to pay attention to what we're doing, and we're trying to transform our food ecosystems, including bus routes for soldiers to more easily around the base. Now, when Hots and Cots, if you guys attended if you guys went to the Q&A and you saw fucking Hots and Cots stand up and ask a question, everybody immediately looked at SMA's reaction, which is now becoming very memeable. I mean, like, dude, Rob walks up, asks the question, camera is facing at Rob, and then the SMA's point of view we changed to the SMA, to the panel, and that was the face. That was the face the SMA gave during this Q&A, which I don't think he was too happy that a Q&A was happening. Look, a lot of the organizations that work with us anonymously depend on some of that anonymous feedback to get a raw, hey, this is what's happening, this is this. U.S. Army W.T.F. is already conducting our own, I guess you would say our own test, or whatever you want to call it, our own fielding of organizations that are at least a division size level, and a brigade level, and a CTC. And we are currently working with those organizations to give them raw, unadulterated information from the inbox. We're not giving them the name. We're not saying, hey, you need to check this out. We heard this. It is literally, this is this. We remove the identity of the individual and send it to the command. And so far, of the organizations that you're not hearing too much on the web, that's the result on our end. But if you can't, thank you, PIQ, I was going to say, if you can't answer anonymous Q&A, ICE, the actual survey says, has anonymous feedback as well. So I'm just going to say that, you know, if you apparently John Bolton is a serial leaker. What? Yeah, he is. He's a serial leaker. He's a hoarder from what we're hearing. So again, we were kind of looking at, we'll see how this happens. We'll see when that first complaint goes up, and then we'll see. Don't get me wrong. If it works out and you put W.T.F moments and Army Reddit out of business, fine. On the Chow stuff at least, then fine. Hey, we're rocking and rolling that. There you go. Let's rock. Yeah, hell yeah. That's what we want. But yeah, I don't think this is it's almost like the soldiers keep getting told, to the point to where we're like, I just give them the BAS. Just give them the Chow. I'm trying not to use profanity a lot, because in case Rob wants to clip this for some of his highlights and stuff like that. Sorry, Rob, if I'm dropping too many F-bombs. I'm trying to keep it clean. So again, I will see. I don't like this. I don't like this. I feel that you need to give the soldiers their BAS. Soldiers in the bricks that don't have a ride, provide a bus system, work with the local community to see about getting the soldiers some Chow or something like that. Or, you know, just give them their BAS. That's it. Just give them their BAS. Or function, open your DFACs, run a DFAC, or contract a restaurant out to build on post something. But it's just, for some reason, every time we do something, every time we try to fix this when it comes to the Chow stuff, we always we're dancing with two left feet. Even the Army Secretary said our dining system is absolutely broken. It is a poster child not only for corrupted systems, but poor quality and unhealthy food. The only hinge I think I have is the anonymous reporting. Yeah, okay. I don't think that's going to be so anonymous. And just over the last 48 hours of what we've seen in the inbox with facilities and DFACs, it's not. I don't think it is. Immediately people get defensive. Instead of saying, oh shit, that's happening in my facility, that's happening in my DFAC, that's happening in my barracks, let me fix it, let me knock it out. We'll get back to you. Or is there anything else you want to post? Did you send this to and I'm glad we're getting this feedback too. Did you send this to Hots and Cots? I'll just hit them up. So again, we'll see. That was the memeage for the SMA for Rob asking him a question about DFACs. So did you have any more memes? Yeah, there's a meme that I guess 6 Hour with SMA, and I didn't catch it in time. So that's it. More, is this meme going to get posted? Yes, the meme will get posted. You're talking about the mean face, the scowl. Yeah, that's going to get posted. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, all right. So real quick, what else we can talk about? What else we got to hit it real quick. So I'm doing my rapid fire show here, so I just want to get this knocked out. Nukes on Army Bases. Our friends at U.S. Navy W.T.F moments. Did you know there's a U.S. Navy W.T.F moments? U.S. Navy W.T.F moments. They were shit posting on the comments. I don't know. Were they shit posted on us? I don't know. We have a good friends. We are a good working relationship with our friends over at U.S. Navy W.T.F moments. They're our shipmates. Navy has a specific mentality on the way they deal with stuff as opposed to the Army, but I will say that they have been in the comments as well. Their followers have been in our comments as well, and it's been hilarious just watching them react. Matter of fact, let me get this posted up here right quick. So and just say, everybody who's worked in a reactor or currently does should address the nonsense about the dangers people are making in the comments over at U.S. Army W.T.F moments, and then call out why the Army should never touch reactors without our supervision or creating our program with our standards. See, that's a good point. The shipmates over at U.S. Navy W.T.F moments. Did you know that? I'm about to say, somebody says, is there? Yeah, there is. There's U.S. Army W.T.F moments, U.S. Navy W.T.F moments. I don't think there's one for the Marine Corps. I think I know this is like, I think there's what is it? There's not in regs. I think that's a version of that for the Marine Corps. And there's U.S. Space Force W.T.F moments. That's our sister page. That's the page that we're partners with. But U.S. Navy WTF moments, they're standalone, and they said, hey, would it be cool if we use the WTF moments name? I'm like, yeah, we're cool with that, man, because we don't see one for the Navy. And then of course the Air Force has Airman Senior NCO Air Force that page. That one I want to make sure I get that one right. Let me double check to make sure I get that name right, because just to let you guys know and forward you to the appropriate beam pages. Let me double check just to make sure I'm squared away on the title. Air Force Airman NCO Senior NCO. And so we all talk, by the way. All of us talk. All of us as a matter of fact, let me open up their page. That way you can see who runs that. And we normally keep our page IDs or who the admins are anon, unless they is like us. Everybody else who I'm part of the team too, but Air Force Airman NCO Senior NCO. So those are the pages that we are talking with. So again, to go back what our shipmates said, somebody posted in the comments, and I don't want to dig through because there's a lot of comments in there that said, imagine the Army running nukes the way they run barracks and DFACs. Ouch. That hurts. In the feels. So again, that's a real quick quip. I mean, if we had a longer show or we had more time, it would be we should have, what was that? The Army. You should do an Army versus Navy WTF moments. Ooh, like a football game or something like that. Two different sponsors. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool to see that. Kind of like Army versus Navy game or something like that. Army, go Army, beat Navy. That would be kind of cool. So that's that portion. That's that real quick story on that. Let me see what else. Let me see. Look at another one here. I'm just going down the TL because I wanted to make sure that we were testing good on YouTube and X. And then PCS freeze getting lifted, sorta. Yep, let me talk about that. Yeah, I did hear about that. Ace Frehley, the original lead guitarist and founding member of Kiss, has passed away. That's nuts, man. Department of War is a sponsor. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, huh? That would be pretty funny. All right, so from our friends over at PCS Like a Pro. Army lifts a PCS freeze for most soldiers, but overseas storage moves are still on hold. So make sure you guys... let me pull it up here from Stars and Stripes so that way you guys can check it as well. Reversal comes 5 days after the service postponed in progress moves, leaving many families in limbo. The order did not pertain to civilian Army employees. I only have 4 articles left. Man, I guess I better subscribe. Moves have been permitted to continue. PCS orders issued before 1 October and the date the shutdown commenced. Now, here's what we're asking on our end, and also our other friends at Zoltan, the S1 guru. If you guys have any issues of your ETS and retirement, hit the inbox so we can send that information, get that information up, so that way we know that yes, this is also impeding these soldiers from getting out. And there was a town hall, and so yeah, that's all we got now for this. What's up with that bike stuff? I do my own stones. What is that for? I need to stop checking going on BMX bike stuff. But there's that. Hang on, let me jump on this one again. So I apologize for going rapid fire right here, but I'm just doing this to make sure all my comms is good. So again, Stars and Stripe, Army lifts PCS freeze for most soldiers, but overseas storage still on move. Here's another story we said we would talk about, and this is something that's from Davis Winky. We never heard from Davis in a minute. Roughly 46, everyone's talking about getting paid. Yeah, I got paid. Roughly 46,000 soldiers won't be paid during the government shutdown due to the fact that they're dual status technicians, and there are full members of the Guard and Reserve. We got a little bit of a, and this will get posted on the main page on the timeline. I think it's already scheduled. That article will go up. Davis Wink at USA Today, formerly from, I think it was on Army Times as well, Military Times, and all that. So he's making his rounds. Roughly 46,000 full-time U.S. military members are still without pay, despite the president's push to pay active duty troops. Isn't that like, okay, real quick, it's fucked up that we're currently in the status of our shutdown right now. But I didn't know that money could be. Me and Massey talked about that too. If it happens, where did that money? Bro. So is a shutdown freaking ever a threat then to our pay, to use us as leverage? Don't get me wrong, politicians use us as leverage anyways. I promise Spanky I would not go into Monday edition talk tonight. But the impact of service members known as dual status technicians are full-time employees in the National Guard and other reserve units, and under federal law they must wear their uniform to work daily, must maintain part-time military membership, and must meet military standards. According to the fiscal year 2025 defense policy bill, the military currently has roughly 46,000 dual status technicians. That was something that I didn't think about either, because we all think about the active duty side of the house. Wouldn't say China bad, but MI5 gave a conference about China being bad and it's getting spicy. What? Story in the UK, Chinese spies got let go because the CPS refused to prosecute. Wow. Really? Man. So the catch, dual status technicians are, technically speaking, civilian employees of the Defense Department despite the inherently military aspects of their job. And during the ongoing federal government shutdown, the Pentagon's civilian employees are going without pay. Though many of them, mostly technicians, must stay on the job due to vital national security nature of their work. It's a pretty good article. Like I said, it'll get posted up on the timeline at U.S. Army W.T.F moments on the article rotator. So yeah, Spanky's in there. She said she was getting snacks. So again, that's another article going up. I'm just rapid firing these freaking. I'm so happy that I got my tech working again. Whew, I was kind of sweating it. Like, oh man, got a lot of guests that want to come on. Everyone's asking me. There we go. All right. So what's that? Miltech. Okay. PCS freeze lifted. Yep. I covered that note. Miltech not getting paid. Covered that note. Chow changing. Yep. Covered that note. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. There you go. Exactly that, Corey. Pay them all. Pay them all. All right. So I think we have one more story, and this hit the news and this hit the timeline. As a matter of fact, the article about it is going to get posted in about, what time is it right now? Yeah, in about an hour or so. And this is a story out of Fort Carson. I don't know if you guys have read the story or seen the news yet. It's been in the inbox, but it's going to get posted anyways. A Fort Carson official has confirmed to KKTV News, 11 News, that the suspect accused of stabbing a canine, and I think they got pictures. I'll show that in a minute. Sergeant First Class Anthony Bryant, a service member assigned to the 10th Special Forces Group. We will continue to support the Colorado Springs Police Department and offer our sincere and heartfelt prayers to Canine Rome and the entire CSPD community. So, yeah, let me see. Let me open up the article right quick. Again, this will be posted on US. Oh my gosh, man. There we go. This is the individual that did it. Let me put the window cap up. There we go. CSPD said officers responded to a domestic violence protective order violation around 10:43 at the Gorgate Grove in East Colorado Springs. Officers said the suspect had barricaded himself inside, so in response, the tactical enforcement unit and the canine unit were deployed to resolve the situation upon entering the home. Police said Canine Rome and his handler, along with TAU, made contact with the suspect. And while visiting while contacting the no, not while visiting. While contacting the suspect, CSPD and K9 Rome was stabbed multiple times. And Rome was taken to the emergency veterinary facility in critical condition and underwent surgery. The canine's rear leg was removed to control the bleeding. Rome's handler wrote in a... So, God damn. Police said that the suspect was struck with a chemical irritant and tased before taken into custody. Fort Carson official confirmed to 11 News on Thursday night that the suspect is Sergeant First Class Anthony Bryant, a member assigned to the 10th Special Forces Group. Why Alma? Man, I deployed with them in Iraq. Damn. Let's see. Let's look at this post. That's poor puppers. Let's see if there's anything about the injury. Nope. Just getting a bunch of Colorado Springs ads. Oh. Let's see. Trying to find the picture of the dog. Let's see, let me get this up right quick. Somebody said that the dog looked pretty fucked up, so I gotta look it up here and see how this poor puppers is doing. Everyone's already, yeah, exactly that. That dude should get his ass beat or stabbed. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. It's fucking doggy. All right, let's see. So here is the post. Ugh, poor thing, man. In the fields, dude. Ugh. Poor doggy. Oh my God. That poor thing. That poor thing. God, he got fucked up. Yeah, that was no lie, man. Holy shit. Yeah, the best is the puppers, man. He got stabbed on the top of the head, too. Look at that, those injuries right there. I removed the leg. God, that fucking sucks, dude. The comment right there, somebody ever said, it's only fair to take the guy's leg that did it to Rome. Man. God, man, look at that. Fuck, that poor thing. I'm going to tell you what, we're going to find out. I'm going to do some research myself and see if K9 Rome, I'm just going to reach out to them and say, hey, you guys need any help or something? What do you guys need? Because this is, dude. Yeah, exactly that, K-Mail. He is screwed if these pics made it back to the inmates. Fuck, dude. Poor thing. So that's going to get posted up in about an hour. As a matter of fact, yeah, I just got confirmation it's going up in an hour on U.S. Army W.T.F Moments Facebook page, and you guys will be able to see that as well. I think the way they have it, they have the site, the dog's images will be posted up right there. So, God, dude, man, it's fucking sad. So sad. All right, so I think that covers our test, our real quick exclusive only X on X and sorry about that, Facebook. X and YouTube tonight. So this actually will be a good push as well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. As a matter of fact, let me see if there's anything else I got on the agenda today. Yeah, poor doggy. Everyone's. I'm looking in the inbox right now. Everyone's been sending pictures of him. What do you know? Matter of fact, let me. I guess this was. Let me show a video right quick. He was actually new to the team. And he's a gorgeous animal. He's on some posted on Instagram. This is Rome doing his thing. Look at that. Such a good puppies. That beautiful dog. Beautiful dog, man. So our hearts go out to the dog, Rome, and handler. That's man, that's in the fields, dude. So again, thank you guys for hanging out real quick. Again, this was a real quick test because it was really kind of scaring me that all of a sudden My shit wasn't working. I didn't test anything on Facebook, but I didn't care because all the streams look like they're going pretty good on the other platforms. So there's nothing dropped and all that. That's so weird. Was it because did you guys? Yeah, no, we did not crash YouTube. Just joking around. We did not crash YouTube. I think it was because the Victoria's Secrets model show was happening and it crashed YouTube. That's what I think happened. I mean, that's me personally. I have my own tinfoil, of course, but that's what I think happened as well. Yeah, this dude's fucked. So stories going up on the main page at U.S. Army W.T.F moments. So again, let's do some housekeeping right quick. I don't normally have Spanky pushing me, but it's kind of weird. Just doing my own stuff like this. I'm supervised. See, Spanky, I kept that out of politics. There we go. See. Let me check out the calendar. CQ still out. Matter of fact, let me pull up the graphics here. Oh, no graphics. There we go. This is Sergeant's time. I don't think FTX is happening tomorrow. I don't think. Because of CQ traveling and about. So I will guess if there is one, hey, cool, there is one. If not, then okay, then we'll, then good. And unless we had, if let's put it this way, if the FTX pops up, hey, good on, hey, surprise. And then weekend co-ops, of course, with Nemo, always gaming with either WTF Nation Gaming, what was it, Stack Up Regiment, Valor Gaming. He likes to oh, no FTX this week. Okay, there you go. Appreciate it, Kamo. No FTX this week. That's easily solvable. There you go. Sunday, don't forget Sundays. I can't wait. Sunday show is going to be coming up pretty soon. I can't wait. I'll let CQ tell you all about it. Same thing. Some of the exclusive stuff that we're going to be posting on only exclusively on X and YouTube, because Facebook, I'm sorry, you're just sorry. You suck. And then of course, The King and Me on Mondays, with the actual King Smith and his wife Michelle. Great. I'm gonna tell you what, I like listening to I like watching their shows. I like their shows that's a different format, and it talks about relationships and it talks about stuff like that. I mean, God, I know I'm just gonna say I could use some of that, some of that advice back in the day, but Monday edition with myself and Massey, Pop Culture Warrior on Tuesdays. Michael Carrasquillo, also known as CQ, the Pop Culture Warrior, with his angry staff of Mad Mike and Angry Elf. The Sports Bar on Wednesdays, and then that's a double header with the Smoke Pit, and then of course with the Coach and the actual King Smith on the Sports Bar, and then Radar TZ on the Smoke Pit, and then of course me and Spanky on, of course, today's Stars Time. Thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you share, like, and follow. We broadcast live when we try. we try to broadcast live on 5 different platforms. Those platforms, when they are fucking working, are 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and X. I'm digging X. I like X and YouTube mo better now. So, y'all have a good night, and you all stay out of trouble. And thank you guys again for tuning in for this real quick and impromptu Sergeant's Time show testing type thing. So, with that, see you. Shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATS 0 dark 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Souls and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle army ranks. It's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our zen. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.